All right, you guys back? Okay. So it's become pretty apparent that I would say probably about half of you guys, at least maybe more than half, are having some significant issues with getting the substance to Maya workflow figured out. So what I want to do is I want to go through and I'm going to have all of you guys do an assignment. It's going to be really simple, but we need to get this figured out. We need to get this resolved. Even if you do have this workflow figured out, I want you to go ahead and go through this assignment just to, just to have the extra practice. This assignment is going to alter what I'm asking you for Monday, where I'm asking you guys to do your little batch render project, a little, just a really simple batch render. I want you guys to essentially change it just a little bit to where you're including this step into it. What I'm going to have you guys do for Monday is you're still going to be doing your batch render, but what I want you to do is take a box in Maya, make a floor, and make a wall. Okay. These are going to be the three objects that we're going to be texturing in Substance, and you're going to bring them back into Maya with their textures, and you're going to light and do a batch render with the camera move. And when I say camera move, I mean literally, we get a new camera, and what I want is for the new camera just to have a simple camera move, nothing crazy. I think how many frames did I say? What was the frame requirement? 24, 25?
24, I think.
24, exactly, thank you. So keyframe on 1, and then we'll say 24. How long is 24 frames?
1 second.
1 second. That's such a short amount of time. Boom. So that's it. That's the movement. I'm going to go ahead, because it bugs the hell out of me, I'm going to go ahead and make my wall a bit bigger, because I do not want to see the blackness of Maya space. There we go. So literally my camera is just going to be moving forward. And that's it. If you want it to turn slightly, that's fine. If you want to have it twist, I don't care. Whatever it does, it just has to do something. Let's fix this real quick. Ta-da. All right. Well, that seems a little fast. There you go. So that's what my camera is doing. Okay. All right. So you will be texturing the back wall, texturing the floor, and texturing the box. I don't care what materials you want to go for. A wooden crate, tile floor, wooden wall, painted wall, whatever you want to do. But it has to be painted in Substance Painter. So you got 3 things. That's pretty simple. Let's make it angled so it's more interesting. Now, the nice thing is the plane and the box are all already auto UV'd, so we really shouldn't have any issues. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to File, Project Window, New Project, and I'm going to set this on my desktop. give it a name, and we're going to call it Substance Practice. I'm going to make sure I don't have a space in there. Batch rendering and RenderMan, they don't like spaces in any of the names. So make sure like your project window has no spaces, your file name has no spaces, and also no weird characters. So just be careful about that. Like literally, if you try to render it, it's just not going to render. It doesn't like it. So don't do that. All right, so I'm going to go and save this. It's in the scenes folder. Let's do subprac. That's not a weird name at all. Everything's been UV'd. So if I want to take all of this into Substance Painter, what do I do? And I want to paint them all separately. What do I want? What do I need to do?
Give them each a different Lambert.
I have to what?
Give them each a different Lambert.
Okay. How do I do that?
Just right click and go to the bottom and add a new material.
It's so easy. Boom, done. What do I do next?
Export
them all.
selection.
Export what?
Selection.
Okay, what am I exporting as?
Object file.
Okay. All right, export selection. Call it export. Open up Substance. What do I do now?
Make a new file.
Okay. What do I do next?
Select your file.
Okay. Okay. What do I click next?
You can up the resolution if you want, if your computer can handle it.
Yeah. Do I have to do that right now though?
No, you don't have to.
Okay. So what do I need to do to start working?
Press OK.
Okay. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and rename these real quick. So Lambert 2, I'm gonna call it box. Lambert 1 is floor. And then after I call this wall, what am I gonna do?
Bake them.
Make
Yep,
the
so let's go under texture set, bake. And we're just gonna tell it to bake all of these. And then we're gonna do bake selected. Okay. All right. Let's see what I got. So what do I got for smart materials? I want to make the wood. I want to make this like a wood texture or wood material of some sort. So let's do, just type in wood, see what we got. So I got American cherry. I don't know where the pictures are. I got a rough wood. I got walnut. If we go look at all of it, just type in wood. If I'm not finding what I want, where can I go to find more textures?
Can't you go to Substance's
Any
website?
thoughts? What website?
You can go to that CCO texture website, or they have like Substance Painter free domain stuff.
Exactly. And of course, you can also just go on Google. If you want to find some images, you can absolutely 100% just go to Google and grab stuff there. Or you could always go to a lumberyard. or, you know, the real world and find things there as well. The real world kind of has everything because it's the real world. I got 2 of these on here.
What if I want a texture for something that doesn't exist?
Then how do you know to get it? Ooh,
You probably have to mix textures that you do know to make whatever non-existent texture you want to make.
but my question is, if it doesn't exist, how would you know what it is if you've never seen it before because it doesn't exist?
Not sure.
I don't know either. It's more of a rhetorical question, really. I'm not entirely sure. All right, I'm just literally just mixing these materials here. You get the idea. So we got wood on there. Let's do brick. No. I saw some stone or something sitting in here. Here it is, cinder blocks. Let's put that here. Perfect. Kind of want to be a little bit bigger. There we go. That looks nice. And then for the floor, concrete, 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 concrete. Kind of interesting mortar wall. Kind of dig that. So there we go. So that's our scene. Simple, right? How long did that take me to do?
6 minutes.
5 minutes. Cool. All right. So let's go ahead and get this out of Substance Painter and put it back into Maya. All right. Since that's kind of the point of all this. If I'm going to take it out, what do I need to do?
Export textures.
Okay. Export textures. All right. Output directory, where does that need to go?
Your source images folder on your project.
Exactly.
And if you want, you can make a folder, since a lot of the times you're exporting so many textures, you can just separate it out.
So source images. So I'm just going to drop it in there. Output template. I'm going to do the, what template am I going to be doing?
The one that says metallic roughness, or the one that says specular glossiness?
No, we have a specific template we're using.
It's
that actually
the
PXR
RenderMan
surface.
Pixar one.
Pixar surface, that's right. All right, we're going to use that.
Oh.
File type. I'm going to use a TIFF. Just going to put the TIFFs out. And size, I'm going to tell it I want to do, I mean, you can set whatever size you want. Right now, it's saying I can do a 8K image if I wanted to. That's pretty awesome. It doesn't always do that. It must detect the awesomeness of my computer, clearly. Let's just do 4096 so we don't crash anything. And dilation, I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to go to export. It's going to do its thing. So you'll see it's going to give us the diffuse, the displacement, a glow color, but there's really no glow on it. So yeah. The normal, it's going to be doing a presence, specular, and specular roughness. So if we go ahead and check and see if everything's coming out properly. I see color. I see displacement, I see normal, that's good. Still crunching. All right, I see the brick. And it should be coming out. Oh, I think it's finished. There we go. 21 already done. I think we're good. And of course, if you want to keep this and play with it later, do I usually drop these in my source images folders. Because obviously, you know, it's texturing, so I just usually keep it in there. Anyway. So that's our maps. So I think we're good there. So let's go ahead and start attaching these guys. So let's do the box. So what kind of material am I going to be putting on it?
A shader, Pixar shader.
Pixar surface specifically. So I'm going to go under diffuse. Do you guys want me to do this through the attribute editor, or do you want me to do it through the hypershade?
Either
Attribute
or.
editor.
Okay, let's do attribute editor. So diffuse, color, click the channel. I'm going to go ahead and go down to pattern. Let's do Pixar texture. So make sure that's connected. Go to file name. So I need to tell it to look at the right spot. There we go. It says files of file type. It's set to textures. It needs to be set to any. The box, diffuse color. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and throw a light in here. I'm going to test this and see if this works. There we go. Shows up. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and build the rest of the material. So under Pixar surface, of course, we want to make sure we name it right. Or box and box Pixar is what I always do. So I'm going to go under, next thing I want to do is put in the normal. I just want to make sure that comes in properly, and then I can do the specularity and see if that looks good. So I'm going to go to globals, bump, and for the normal map, what am I going to put in? What's my node?
Normal PXR.
So I'm going to go to
Pixar
pattern.
normal.
What am I looking for?
You just press the PXR normal map.
There you go. All right, I'm going to go to file name. I'm looking for diffuse box normal right there. All right, let's take a look at that. So that's connected. And let's go ahead and preview render it again. Let's actually look at it from the right angle. Okay, I see detail. So there you go. So that's working. Let's go ahead and add in the next one. So that's going to be specular face color. Let's go ahead and add that in and see what happens. Now this one I think is what's been tripping up a lot of us, turning things metallic. So let's see what happens when we add this in, okay? So I'm going to go again back to Pixar Texture. I'm going to go to File, and let's go to Box, Specular Face Color. Okay. So we'll see it's got a little bit of sheen to it. But you'll see it also here, it's kind of getting rid of a little bit of the color. See how that's kind of disappeared? Although to be fair, this is pretty much black anyways, so meh. Let's maybe add in some of the other stuff and see if we can get that back. There needs to be some indirect lighting anyways to show that on there, but by putting that face color in here, we should be getting, you know, a little bit of a breakup in the specularity of this model. This should be helping us out. So let's go ahead and put in the roughness map that we had in there, because we did get a roughness map. So I'm going to go to the checkerboard. I'm going to go to RenderMan, pattern, and then I got to go to Pixar Texture. Okay. So this is brought up. Now, why am I getting this? Real quick, we only got a couple minutes left.
You need to make it a grayscale, basically. So you need to
I
do,
do.
RGBR or whichever one you want to speculate.
Result R.
Exactly. So result R, it could be G or B, but that's, I do need to bring that in, and that's going to go into the specular roughness. So that's connected in there. So I need to go ahead and drop in the map. That's going to be the box specular roughness. There you go. Render it again. So looks a little bit different. Okay. So real quickly, I'm gonna go ahead and drop in the next material. I'm gonna go to color. Let's do pattern, Pixar texture. That's gonna be the floor diffuse color. Drop that in. Okay, so that's coming in. I'm going to go to drop down to globals while it's kind of figuring that one out before I render it. I'm just going to put them both in. I'm going to go to normal. I'm going to drop down to floor, normal. Okay. Now let's go do the same thing with the back wall. Since this should work for us, we shouldn't have any issues, but like I said, I'm kind of moving a little bit fast. So pattern, again, this is going to be the back wall, Pixar texture, diffuse, open, and I'm going to go down to global, pattern, normal. And then I'm going to get that wall normal. Okay. Okay. So we got the floor, we got the back wall. There's the back wall. That's looking pretty rough. What can I do to fix this? What can I do in the normal to fix that? Fix this crap right here.
Alter the bump scale, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I can do that. Let me do my other trick first. Advanced, adjust amount. I'm going to go and bring that up to 1, and let's double check it. I probably will have to do the bump scale, but let's just take a look at it. It's a little bit better. I can see more of the mortar, but I think this is a bit rough. So let's go and do the amount. Okay. Let's go and bring that bump scale 0.5. That's better. That's much better. Okay. So 2 minutes left. That's the workflow for getting your stuff out of Substance Painter, getting it into Maya, connecting it up, and then getting it to render. So this went really smoothly. I know some of you guys may not have it go this smoothly, but this is how it should go. This is the steps we should be taking. Now, at the very basic level, you have to be connecting in your diffuse, normal, and a specular map, like a specular face color and a roughness, in order to kind of get a complete shader material to be built. Without any of those things, it feels a bit flat, or it feels a bit incomplete. So make sure you guys do pay attention to that and bring it in. Things like the extra maps, displacement can always be put in, but it really needs those 3 basic pieces in order to get it to work, or to feel like you're kind of building something properly there. Okay. Do you guys have any questions real quick before we finish up for today?